to turning the corner. It is coffee time again. So grab your cup and come on in and let's talk about bushes, specifically bushes for the windbreak. Okay, so we know that I'm still in planning for the windbreak on the west to northwest side of the property. This is where the majority of my prevailing winds come from. This is also the side of the property that I want to make my garden on, and I need the most protection for my garden and the house. So originally, I was going to go with the hybrid poplar trees, and then I had ordered some cardinal autumn olive, and I thought this would give us a nice breakup in color and a good transition from textures with the leaves and everything. And then the last part of my windbreak, I have ordered a red leaf barberry. So there's been a couple changes because the more research I did about the hybrid poplar tree, the more dissatisfied I was going to be in the future. I couldn't figure out a way in order to plant those trees so that they'd be protected enough and stand the length of time. So then I got into the bush study. And this cardinal olive, beautiful bush. The berries are awesome. They're edible. They're a really good healthy berry, and I could have done something with that. My issue came in when I started researching and found out they have thorns. So if we're going to be picking the berries, then we have thorns to contend with. And then I also do have the two little kiddos that I don't want to have to worry about them running and playing and getting caught up in a bush that they didn't mean to fight with. Then upon some more research with this bush, they attract raccoons, skunks, and possums. So skunks not as much of an issue in this part of the country, though they are around, just not an overabundance of them. So while these little critters are out and about and do their good for planet Earth, I don't really want to attract them to me. You know what I mean? You don't really want them coming around if it's not necessary. Okay, so then the berry on this bush, I ordered 12 of them, so we would have this huge overabundance of this berry, and it would be good for the wildlife population. And then aside from that, this is a very aggressive bush. In other states is being called a weed. So it's wonderful because the bush can multiply itself and it grows in almost any soil, anywhere. I mean, they have planted this bush where mines were, and the soil is so depleted of nutrients that this is almost the only thing that'll grow. So that's fabulous for a mining area. But I don't want it taking over my entire 10 acres. I don't want to have to mow my entire property twice a year, especially in the spring when that's when all of nature puts out its beautiful array of wildflowers. And we have just an abundance of these beautiful wildflowers. And once spring finally hits here, I will take y'all out and show all of the varieties we have to you. But it's just more than I wanted to contend with. So I found a local friend that is willing to buy the poplar trees from me and buy these cardinal autumn olive bushes from me. And so uber relieved, just huge stress off, because now with the research that I've done, I am going to go with the scarlet maple and the bridal wreath bush. So the bridal wreath bush has just an overabundance of beautiful, beautiful white flowers. I don't think I'll have to buy as many of them because they grow bigger, and then we can make fabulous things like the little wreath for your hair, you know, so you can wear it in the spring and feel like a beautiful maiden. Yes. And then I am also going to, for the north side of the property, along the fence line there, I want to go with the forsythia bush. Now, forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but there we go. The forsythia is a big bush with these beautiful yellow little flowers, just hundreds and hundreds of little flowers. So I am going to order 16 of these bushes, and they can get between 3 feet to 9 feet in width, and sometimes up to 20 foot tall. So I don't know that I need them to be 20 foot tall, or if they'll even reach that height here, but we'll see. That's all part of the fun. This bush is also known as the golden bell, and I picked this variety of plant to plant for my Athena bell. This seems like it'll be a really easy, good breakup between me and the neighbors. I have some neighbors directly to the north side of the property, and I can see everything they're doing and they can see everything I'm doing. But, you know, sometimes you just would like to sit outside and not have, you know, everybody in your business. Yes, it'll give me a little privacy from the neighbors and some privacy from the road, because that's also the main road that leads out of all these county properties out here. So another good benefit about the forsythia bush is that I won't have to prune and trim it very often. I want it to grow out in its natural full luster. So the red barberry, yes, I know it has thorns. Yes, I did read that. Unfortunately, I didn't find that out till afterwards. You know, with some of these catalogs, you have to be careful because you can't just trust what the catalog is telling you. You have to go online and read about it all by yourself, because they don't tell you the little icky factors or the little negatives about any given plant. They only tell you the beautifulness and the happiness about the plants. So don't be fooled. Don't be like me and order a whole bunch of plants in excitement and then realize, ew, okay, none of this is going to work. So this one is a little, it's a little teeny bush. And so we'll have the maple tree, and then in between the maple trees, now about, what I'd say, about 15 feet apart. So we'll have a row of trees and then a row of bushes. So the bushes will go in between the trees. So as the wind blows through, they have the high tree, and then they've got the bush. And then for the low ground part, that's where the red leaf barberry comes into play. And I'll kind of strategically place those intermittent with the bushes and the trees. So this should give us a good windbreak at all the different levels. They might need pruning twice a year, but like I said, they're small little itty bitty bushes. I believe I ordered 10 of this variety because, again, I have a large part of the property that I'm trying to plant here. They have fruit in the late fall and winter. So hopefully that'll make the birdies happy, since I did not get the other bush. And they have a beautiful little red and purple leaf. Now, I think in the fall, my my windbreak line is just gonna look so gorgeous with the orange and red leaves from the maple trees, because that's the scarlet maple with the red, and then the sugar maple gives this really, really beautiful orange color. And then we'll have the bridal wreath, and then our little red leaf barberry, and that side of the property is just gonna pop with color and be filled to joyousness. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you'll subscribe so that we can continue our chats, and you can follow me to see the progress in our land and the progress in planting, and we'll see what works and what doesn't. Thank y'all. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.